Welcome to Game of Roses. This is Love Island PaceCase.
This is Love Island Glues. Is there a way to put Love Island in BachelorClues somehow? I'm not sure. We have a lot in store for you today on this episode of This Week in Bachelor Nation. More broadly, reality television nation, reality dating TV nation. Before we get to any of it, though, we must remind you right now, the most watched season of Love Island in the history of the show is happening. We're going to talk about that in State of the Game. And we're watching all of it, episode by episode, basically as it's airing on our Patreon. Casa Gore is the name of that little thing that me and PaceCase do where we watch it together. You can watch it along with us if you just go to patreon.com/GameOfRoses. It's been a blast so far. We get them out the night the episode airs. So we keep up with it. And we're watching it as it's happening. I absolutely love it. I don't want to really watch a reality show that isn't like this again, to be honest.
I mean, I've never watched Love Island live before. This has completely changed my brain chemistry.
Same.
I'm addicted. I don't know what I'm going to do when it ends. I think they need a winter Love Island. I'm just going to say it needs to be year round because I like how I'm living and I don't want to stop. By the way, Casa Gore, you might notice our Patreon channel, Casa Gore, based on Casa Amor from Love Island. Little known fact.
Yeah,
it's a little pun.
You know, I've been out there in the streets trying to pitch reality shows for a minute now. And I'm constantly trying to pitch the idea of a perpetual dating show where it never ends. It's one episode a week forever. And the players have to stay in the show unless they get voted out or get engaged. That's the only way to leave the show.
So there's just some like people who get really sad and just sleep all day.
Sure. Or maybe there's people who are like start to fall in love, but they also know their Instagram numbers are going up the longer they stay on the show. So they might want to stay there. Everyone is like, well, that's just not how reality television shows are done. And it's like, but it's going to be. Somebody's going to do that show and it's going to be gigantic.
I mean, I remember we were pitching a show and they were like, oh, well, that's how Love Island does it. We can't do it. And I'm like, what do you mean? Literally, there's already a production that does this. It's physically possible.
I liken it to the WWE. That program, WWE, that company puts on, I think, 3 shows a week that air on various streaming networks and TV channels, and then 1 pay-per-view per month. They're already doing it.
That's still on?
WWE? Yeah, it's still on.
Just checking temps.
I don't know how many billions of dollars that company is now worth. Anyways.
Well, I know those YouTubers sometimes fight, and that makes someone a lot of money.
The YouTubers?
Logan Paul.
Oh, yeah. He's now in the WWE. He holds a belt, I believe, Intercontinental Champion. Anyways, join us on Patreon if you want to check out Love Island. Every episode of it as it airs. We're recording this on Thursday. We will have one out tonight. If you're listening to this on Friday, we will have another one out tomorrow night. Saturday we take off, which is when they do After Sun, and obviously there is no episode Wednesday.
But one of us might secretly be watching After Sun, even though it's not allowed.
It ain't even a secret. I watched it. Sorry. So real sorry. I had to see.
I mean, that's how, like, we'll get to it, but we're both so addicted. On Wednesday, I'm like, I feel like a fiend. And we'll get to what I did instead.
Oh, God. Okay. Well, let's move on now to the first portion of our program. This is Game of Roses. State of the Game. So right now, the state of the game is all about Love Island USA Season 7. An article came out in Deadline saying that it set a new bar for the series, soaring past 1 billion minutes viewed in the week after the debut. And they gave some stats in this article as well. So Season 6, which up to this point was the best performing season in the history of the franchise, it outperformed every prior season by a mile, but it wasn't until around the second week of July, which was about a month into the 6-week run of that show, that it started to really take off. Season 6 had about 500.7 million minutes viewed the week of June 21st, which was that's 15 episodes roughly into that season. Season 7 has hit that mark with 9 episodes. And now they have gone over 1 billion minutes. So it's not quite doubling the success. It's what is that, about 40% or whatevering, 1.4xing, but it's blowing season 6 out of the water in terms of views. Absolutely astounding to me. I'm
not surprised. You and I have discussed how we think this is going to be the golden era of Love Island.
Yes.
I think that, I watched season 6 almost live. Like I started maybe a couple weeks late because Erica was like, don't watch UK, watch USA. So I quit UK, watched USA and caught up. Oh my God, that season was incredible. I just had a friend text me and be like, should I start season 6? This season is amazing. About 7. And I was like, oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Very curious how that would feel watching it after this one. But you didn't watch it live either. And I think it got that word of mouth. I think this is going to just skyrocket because my entire social media feed is this.
Same.
It is appointment television. You have to be keeping up with it to keep up with all the memes, the mamacitas, etc. And I love it. I go immediately to TikTok after watching the episodes. I mean,
it really was a big question for me whether or not this season would do the same numbers that 6 did. And it is crushing them. Like it's hitting a level of success that season 6 never hit, first of all. And it's doing it in the first 2 weeks of the show, basically. We still got another month left. That was the most successful
season of any Love Island franchise ever.
Yeah, exactly. So a new bar has been set. We are in the Love Island era of reality dating TV. There is no other show coming anywhere close to this. Yeah. It is demolishing Love is Blind. It is demolishing Bachelor. This is basically the pinnacle of it. And I think that question of whether or not, did they capture lightning in a bottle in that one season and they'd never be able to do it again. It looks like they're going to be able to do this for a long, long time. And I want to point to something interesting that happened this week. Jalen, he was in 2 episodes of the show. He was a bombshell that came in with Pepe and Iris, and he got voted out in that big vote where it was either going to be Huda or Jalen. They vote Jalen out. This guy came into the game with 3,000 Instagram followers. Again, in the show for 2 episodes, voted out. He's now over 130K. He got that almost overnight.
I'm so happy. I am literally produced tears when he got voted out.
He might be able to do something with that. And also just because of like the sympathy I think he generated from the audience of Love Island. Maybe there's some spawn con to be done here. I hope so. I hope he gets something out of it.
It was his first time out of the country. He just seems sweet. Everyone should follow him.
But this kind of a number, we track all the Instagram and TikToks of all the Bachelor players and stuff. If you look at like the guy players from the last season of Bachelorette of all time, Jen Tran's season, no one was doing anything like this. It was like, will any of these guys crack 50K? I remember us saying that at one point. Yeah. This dude did it overnight. He was barely in the show.
Basically a night 1 player.
Yeah, similar to a night 1 player. We're at kind of I think, a peak. I don't know. I say that, but then I'm like, what's season 8 going to do?
We're continuously peaking, just like me.
Oh, wow. Congrats.
Thank you.
I just really am. I think it's the evolution of reality, especially group dating formats, is Love Island. I don't know how long this reign is going to last, but I think it's going to be a very long time. I think we're looking at a 5 to 10 year run here, similar to what Bachelor did in that season 17 to 24 era. I just don't see anything that can compete with this in terms of holding the attention of everyone online, the entire country, the entire world for that matter. It's just doing everything correctly, pretty much.
Yeah. I'm so happy because, I've always been into Love Island, but it hasn't taken off in quite the same way as it did until USA season 6. Do you remember I was talking about a player, Mackenzie? And I was like, I think she was on 4 or 5. She was on season 2, apparently.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So yeah, I've watched it all.
Yeah.
I've watched Australia, UK, etc. And it's just the perfect format. And they keep messing with it, tinkering with it to like add different elements. We have the beautifully executed door recoupling as like this wonderful way to like portray whether people are getting with the couple that wants to be with them.
Yeah.
And what do you think is causing this season to be so popular? Do you think it is just the runoff from season 6, or do you think it is Huda?
I think it's both. I think, like that article was saying, season 6 had it was like a late bloomer. People didn't really start catching on to that show until it was like 2 weeks left. Like we're talking about here. I watched it after the fact in my own Clues Corner, and was mesmerized. I think there was a lot of anticipation for this season because of how well season 6 did. And you like people like Leia Kateb, Rob Roush, these kind of giants of the game, I think definitely had everybody anticipating, can there be another cast who can do what these players did? And we're seeing, I think it's a different kind of a cast. You can see at face value, they tried to kind of remake the cast, I think, but I don't think that even the producers anticipated what Huda is doing. And
how could
I know,
you?
Yeah,
I
exactly.
can't write this.
But it's like they might not have anticipated the exact things she would do, but they knew she was a reality star.
Yeah.
And they put her in the main cast. She's not a bombshell. She's an OG. The OGs basically are the players that producers know are going to give you the most. Bombshells, generally speaking, they come in and they're like Jalen, which is like let's see what happens. This is a sweet 4TRR guy. Maybe he can peel somebody. We'll give him a shot, but we don't see him as an OG. Or it's the flip side where it's like, this is the hottest fucking person in the show. Let's have this person turn heads. At any rate, I think that it does have to do with the cast. Obviously, every season is kind of contingent on how good that cast is, what their group psychosocial dynamic is like, et cetera, et cetera. But you do need star players around which you anchor the whole show. Leia Kateb, Rob Roush, I would argue Kaylor, Janae. They just had so many in season 6.
Serena, Cordell, oh my God, I just saw Serena in a Pepsi commercial.
I know.
Incredible.
That's what I'm saying. They getting the money.
Yeah.
We still have a month left of this show. And right now, I think Ace is the closest to 1 million, but he came in with a bunch. He's at 900 and something, if I remember right. Hang on. Let me...
I mean, you gotta check it up to the minute, because like the last time we checked Jalen, he was at 6K. I'm so happy that he has cracked 100.
Ace is at 997. And this morning when I checked it, he was at 993. So by the time you're listening to this episode, he will likely be our first cast member over 1 million. Huda is at 456. These are all in order, by the way.
She also came in with a bunch.
Yeah. Shelly's at 330. Sierra's at 320. Bella's at 281. We've got Alondria at 272. This is Instagram, by the way. Nick is at 132. Jalen, 130. Let's see if that's actually gone up. Jalen's at 138. He overtook Nick.
Let's go. Oh my God.
That's fascinating. Nick's at 135 now. We've got Hannah at 121. Jeremiah's at 106. Charlie's at 89.9. Amaya's at 81.7. Iris
feels
is at 82.
Like Bachelor season 24, where it's like, okay, these people 100%. Are going to get 1 million followers.
100%.
Like it's
Austin's
possible.
38.6. Pepe's at 35.6. And Taylor turned off his Instagram. Or his handlers did.
Well, we'll get to his.
That's about.
His handler is one of his rodeo buddies, and we'll get to him in Parasocial Plays.
Okay. Great.
He's defending the allegations that Taylor has a girlfriend, basically, and says he does not.
Let's talk about that as well. You know, we were kind of quick to jump on that, you know, saying like, oh, the allegations are he's got a girlfriend. I hope he doesn't really have a girlfriend. I don't think he does anymore.
No. After watching his friend's video, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Also.
And Storytime with Ricky has been doing some very interesting reporting as well. But check her out for anything reality television related, but specifically Love Island. She is doing a thing where I'm sure you saw that there was a close friends Instagram post thing that came out online that was essentially an accusation that
Shelly and Ace are dating.
Shelly and Ace have been dating. So Storytime with Ricky takes that exact image of the thing that was posted and juxtaposes it with another one that might have been about Taylor. I forget who it was about.
But Huda and Jeremiah.
Huda and Jeremiah dating before the show?
Mm-hmm.
Puts them side by side. They're the exact same language with just the names changed. And she essentially says, like, anyone can do this. It's super simple. You can't trust any of this shit unless there are pictures of the people together. So she essentially has debunked that entire rumor. And I believe everything she says. She is very good at what she does. She goes to the nth degree to find the facts. Mm-hmm. And so I would just encourage everybody to remember of this show, of all the stuff that is going around online. You don't know any of these people. Mm-hmm. What you are seeing is an edit of a performance that they are all delivering. Yes, it's in some part based on their actual personas, their actual emotions, but it is a performance. They are very aware that they are in a reality show to get famous. That's what they've all come there to do. And so whatever they're doing is at least in some degree in service of that. And all of these things that you're seeing online about they've got a boyfriend or this or that, like Storytime with Ricky said, unless there's receipts, it's just people on the internet talking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I happy to hear that Taylor is single and actually just an actual slow burn.
Yeah. I mean, it changes your opinion of all of them. But
100%.
This is like, you want to talk about receipts. The thing that happened very earlier in the season with Ulisa and the saying the N-word on the podcasts and the Trump support and all this kind of stuff, and it got her kicked out of the show. They disappeared her. Not even voted out, just the producers yanked her out of bed in the middle of the night. I don't know if that's true, but they eliminated her from the show. Yeah. And they told all the other players not to talk about it, and they kind of just disappeared her and ignored it. I think also like that kind of really that happened pre-season. They announced the cast, and then the internet, Reddit, basically was like, oh my God, here's all this shit on her. I think that speaks also to the anticipation of this season. Yeah, the scapegoat. Well, I think it was just like they were ready for this season. So as soon as they drop those cast photos, their entire lives get torn apart. Everything they've ever done online gets thrown out there. And I also think that might have contributed a little bit to the early success of the season. We all wanted to see what was going to happen with Ulisa, what was going to happen with Austin. He's got,
I do think that was like a narrow portion of the audience who was even aware of any of that. I think probably the majority of the Love Island audience doesn't even know that Ulisa was disappeared. Yeah. They're like, who's Ulisa?
This is really my first season to get deep into the Love Island online communities, like all the TikToks and everything, and just kind of see what the reaction is to it. And I gotta say, I think the audience at large of Love Island is about where the Bachelor audience was, maybe back in season 17. Many 100%. Of the people, at least most of the comments I'm reading, are like, everyone thinks this shit's real. Yeah. And it's not. This is a game that these people are playing at a professional level in order to get Instagram followers. Every one of them.
Yeah. The online bullying is certainly at that level where it's like, what do you mean? You're literally seeing a tiny, tiny portion of these guys' quote unquote life performances. Yeah, sure. There are like real emotions in here, but like, these are reality players. This is a game. They are being completely manipulated by producers constantly. Yeah. And the edit. Like
all of that.
I am astounded at the level of vitriol that is going on. But yeah, that is just our plea is just these are real people giving performances. Please do not bully them. It's not real. It's not real.
I know. I'm always reminded of this. Like if you need some anchor, this is to me like the spinning top in Inception, where it's like, if you need to tell if this is real or not, spin the fucking top. Anytime you see these motherfuckers making breakfasts for each other and then some conversation about who's making you breakfast, it's like, that's not real. That's a weird manufactured behavior that means something only in the context of this strange neon dreamscape that they're all living in for a month and have to get Instagram followers. It's like, just remind yourself of that. They're getting mad about a pancake.
And it didn't mean anything in the earlier seasons too. These are like traditions that have evolved with the show. I really encourage everyone to maybe like take a step back when you're watching and be like, just have some empathy and have some distance from it, that it's not like the villains are not, I don't know. We just really try to not cast any moral aspersions on the basically scripted show that we're watching. Yeah. Like you wouldn't to actors in a TV show. I know it happens. I know Abby from Last of Us got some hateful comments, but they're actors.
Yeah. And if you want to place blame or any kind of negative emotion on anybody, it's always the producers.
Yes.
Whatever you're seeing in that show is what they are choosing to show you. Period. They can cut things out to make players look better if they do something bad. They can put things in that maybe they never even said, playing it on the back of their head. Frankenbiting. These are all old tricks that I think Bachelor audiences are well aware of at this point. And I think the Love Island audience is like, they're not quite catching on to it yet. Maybe it's because of the volume. I don't know.
That said, the Taylor with his eyes going back and forth like that under the hat, reacting to Huda, was actually at the ping pong game.
Yes, I saw that too.
So funny.
I saw that too. There's another TikTok that's going around where it's Ace is in an argument with Jeremiah.
Oh, I saw this one.
And he's like, you're scamming and blah, blah, whatever he's saying. And then you see all of those guys, they're all engaged in this conversation, looking at each other. You see them all stop and like turn and look over their shoulder. And it's being theorized that a producer out of the little producer speaker said like, hey, stop talking about that, because Ace just shuts the fuck up and that conversation is over. And so like, keep in mind, these players are being continually manipulated by producers at every second of that game.
Yeah,
and again,
all-seeing eyes and headless voices coming through the speakers.
And the way that stuff works, like at least in Bachelor, is all the producers are constantly communicating with each other about which player is saying this in their ITMs. That's confessionals in Love Island. Which ones are having this problem or this psychological problem or whatever. And then they use all that information to push them to the brink every time. That's what the game of that is. At any rate.
Yeah. But all of that 1 billion minutes. I mean, I'm just so happy.
Yeah.
I'm like, I love Love Island so much. We need it right now more than ever.
Yeah. Please don't take this from us. It's our happy place. It's the only place we can go.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's the state of the game. Love Island is absolutely dominating the entire reality television landscape, specifically the reality dating landscape, but just overall. I don't know any other show that's doing these kinds of numbers in a reality TV capacity.
I'm sure BIP will get 1 billion minutes.
We'll have some news items to talk about BIP. Look, part of me is very sad because it means a certain thing. You know what I mean? It means this is a different era now, and it is a changing of the guard in terms of like what is culturally important where reality television shows are concerned.
100%.
And whatever, we cover all of this stuff. It's just something we have to accept. There's a little piece of me that is very sad inside because it does mean a door is closing on the franchise that started this podcast. But like, that's simply the truth.
We'll see. Scott Teddy could bring us around, but I'm like, if you're looking to become a reality star and you see Jalen's getting 130K, which show do you think you're going to choose to go on?
Yeah. I don't think anybody's going into The Bachelor at this point who doesn't have some kind of like, you're a pageant player, maybe you're an ex-college football player. You have to like already almost be in the pipeline to it so that the decision doesn't even make it. You don't make the decision. It like makes itself. It's like Bachelor producers are calling you and be like, hey, want to come on Bachelor? I don't think anybody is like,
they're getting recruited.
Yeah. Your first thought, if you want to be in reality dating competition television now, is not Bachelor. it's Love Island.
I do think Love Island is probably mostly recruiting as well. But yeah, if you are someone who wants to independently do it, the choice is clear.
Absolutely. That wraps up our state of the game. We are in Love Island's world now. Let's move on to all those tids that are fit to print. This is Bachelor Nation News. Up first in Bachelor Nation news, the last Bachelor, Grant Ellis, and his ring winner, Juliana Pasquarosa, have ended their relationship as predicted by me during Bachelor Season 29. Members of the fourth audience started to wonder what the future may hold for this reality TV couple when earlier this year, Pasquarosa and Ellis posted a video of themselves in what Pasquarosa said was a friend's house with pro-Trump signage in the background.
The former couple announced their demise on Instagram. Juliana wrote, "It's a gift to find someone who sees the world in a way that resonates with you while also encouraging you to grow. I've been grateful to share that experience with Grant." Can't even get through one line. Marriage is a commitment, and it's one we both still believe in deeply. After a lot of honest conversations and reflection, we've come to the decision that this chapter of our lives is meant to continue on separate paths. We shared something meaningful, navigating a unique journey side by side, learning, growing, and showing up for each other the best we knew how. And while this isn't the ending we once imagined, it's one filled with mutual respect, care, and hope for what's ahead. We're still cheering each other on, just from different places now. That's a good line. I'm beyond thankful for all the love and support you all have given us. Please be kind. Purple heart emoji.
And Grant posted, "This is one of the hardest things I've had to write, but I want to share it. Honestly, Juliana and I have decided to end our relationship. We both gave this our best and poured a lot of love into each other. But after a lot of deep conversations, we've come to the understanding that we're simply not the right fit long term. What we had was meaningful. The connection we built on the show was real. And so was the effort we made to continue once the camera stopped rolling." That little line right there is just for the fourth audience. I assure you,
the show is
we
real.
made every effort to make this real. There's no negativity here, no resentment, just two people who care about each other and want the best for one another moving forward. I'll always be grateful for what we shared and for the growth that came with it. Thank you to everyone who supported us and believed in our journey. This chapter is closing, but we're both walking away with love and respect in our hearts. I mean, this is insane. We wish them both happiness and healthiness as they navigate their new lives, untethered to one another and to the franchise where they acted like they were falling in love.
Up next in Bachelor Nation news, the Golden members of the BIP Season 10 cast have officially been announced. We've got April Kirkwood from the Golden Bachelor Season 1.
We've got Charles C.K. King from Golden Bachelorette Season 1, obviously.
Gary Levingston, the Golden Bachelorette Season 1.
I guess we don't need to say what they're from. The guys are from the only season of Golden Bachelorette. The women are from the only season of Golden Bachelor. Sure. We've got Jack Lencioni. He was the dude who was like master on the grill and loved the mansion.
We've got the host of Golden Happy Hour, Kathy Swartz.
Is that still even happening?
I don't know.
Keith Gordon will be there.
Girl Dad. Kim Buki, the captain, will be there.
Hopefully he'll have some songs for us. Leslie Fema, Prince's ex-paramour, is going to be there.
Natasha Hardy will be there. What was he? Sex life coach?
I think she was a life coach, yeah. Ralph RJ Johnson's going to be there. And that's it. So this is going to be premiering on Monday, July 7th on ABC, streaming the next day on Hulu. We will, of course, be covering every episode of it in our weekly recaps. I am very curious to see how this pans out.
Yes, I would say that. So I went and watched the trailer. Not served to me, I guess, because of all the Love Island content. Sought this out. They have each of them kind of introducing themselves and like they're in sand, giving a little wink or whatever. Yeah. I would say my fascination is similar to what I had going into Golden Bachelor. Like, what is this going to look like? Yeah. And there's only like 4 people. Is it just going to be a group
it's
thing?
10 of them, isn't it? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
All right, we got a math guy
8,
here.
9, 10. Yeah. So they're 5 and 5ing. I don't know. I'll say this. Of all the people who are there in Paradise, I feel like these 10 have like the most legit shot to have a relationship, like an actual relationship come out of it.
Oh,
there
100%.
are going to be multiple scripted relationships with the younger cast that transpire over the course of the season. I don't know about the Goldens. I don't know much about how that could work, but
Fema will find love.
You think Fema will?
100%. She's going to be basically a golden bachelorette on sand.
She should try and peel Dark Lord Palmer from his wife.
What? Why are you trying to hurt that girl dad?
Who? DOP?
Yeah. Fema's like on again, off again person's not here though. The Chicago guy.
Oh, Jordan.
Maybe
Mr.
he'll be
Legs.
a bomb.
I don't know if they're bringing in others. I think this may be the entire golden. I don't know. We'll see. But that's who we got to look forward to. Up next in Bachelor Nation news, more BIP news regarding an addition to the show. That's something we pitched many months ago on an episode called How to Save BIP. Well, it seems the producers might have been listening because the show has officially confirmed for the first time in the history of BIP, the players will be competing in challenges.
Dark Lord Jesse Palmer broke the news in a new video teaser for the upcoming season, currently available on Instagram. The video shows 2 people riding on jet skis after revealing that there are new challenges, in addition to Wells shouting, "Twerk!" and multiple people trying to shake ping pong balls out of a box attached to their bodies. One clip also shows Brian Otts dressed in a costume, covered in colorful feathers and wearing face paint.
We don't exactly know what the challenges are going to be or how they're going to impact the game, but we are excited to see if they're executed correctly or just pale imitations of Love Island.
I feel like that box ping pong one is like a bachelorette party game.
That was on something we saw recently. Was it on Love Island? Was it on a Bachelor? Somebody did it on night 1 of the last Bachelor season.
Really?
Yeah, as their mini date. You remember this?
Oh.
Or maybe it was Bachelorette.
There's a hint of something in the dust.
Yeah. I don't know.
Very curious how they're going to incorporate this. Doesn't look good based on the ping pong ball thing, but
I just don't think the challenges. I don't know. Well, I don't know. I don't want to say anything. I'll watch it.
Yeah. Don't spoil. It could be good, Clue. It could be good.
Could be the best show we've ever seen.
Up next in Bachelor Nation news, the official cast of The Traitors Season 4 has been announced, and we once again have a representative from the nation. The full cast is as follows. Donna Kelsey, the mother of Travis and Jason Kelsey, aka the future mother-in-law of Taylor Swift, appeared in 2 Hallmark movies last year.
Hang on a minute. You think they're getting married?
They're endgame. Huh?
Look, I predicted Grant and Juliana Pascarosa. I'm predicting the Taylor Swift Travis Kelce breakup, which is going to, if I may, give her the fuel to create the greatest album.
Ruin my life.
The greatest album she's ever created will come after that breakup, and she will be the most famous person in the world times a billion more. She's going to vault even over herself once that breakup happens, and that next album comes out after that deals with all the breakup. I'm telling you, this is all marketing, and she's doing it 100% correctly.
What are you basing this off of? Have you seen their body language?
What body language? I'm basing this off of, I think she's probably, in terms of marketing, maybe the smartest person who's ever lived. And she will use everything she can to sell more records. And I believe this is all part of that.
You think that also that like the NFL paid her to date him?
No, I don't think so. I don't think the NFL necessarily paid her, but they certainly capitalized off of all of this.
Yeah.
They showed her every time she was at a game. There were like 5 shots of her.
Love. But if next, I'm Team Gaylor.
All right.
If Clues is another dark prediction by Clues trying to ruin my life, trying to break the hearts of 1 million little girls.
My prediction is that Taylor Swift, who has had, how many records has she put out? 10?
50.
A bunch. very prolific. I'm saying even now, even with the volume of incredible work she's put out, I'm saying her best work is to come.
I mean, I love that.
Let's move on. Natalie Anderson's also in this
She can
cast.
do that even if she doesn't break up. Whatever.
Natalie Anderson is also in this cast. She won Survivor San Juan del Sur in 2014 and was the runner-up on Winners at War in 2019.
Ian Terry, who won Big Brother 14 in 2012 and returned to compete on All Stars in 2020.
And from our beloved game, season 23 Bachelor criminal stalker Colton Underwood.
What a representation.
Let's just
what
take
a representation for the nation.
This.
Are you kidding me?
Like, so it's hard to even discuss this because I'm just like, my mind is so fried even thinking about it. Like, Traitors casting they won a fucking Emmy for it. They do incredible work. Season 2 specifically is where it kind of like became all reality stars. There were no more civilians, et cetera, et cetera. They always have at least one Bachelor Nation representative so far in the first seasons. You had Ari Lyndike in season 1. You had Pilot Pete in season 2. You had both Gabby Windey and if you want to say Wells Adams was a representative in season 3, you could say that. He was technically in the show. He was there for a brief moment. To then go to Colton Underwood, to look at the entire Bachelor pantheon of people who now, especially like with Vial, who has achieved a level of fame outside the show that no other Bachelor player has.
I love that this comes down to it's a stain on Vial. How dare you?
It's a stain on Vial. I think Vial was offered this, and I think he deferred. He'll probably be in season 5.
Why do you think he deferred?
Get ready, Vial. Get ready. Somebody else is going to be in season 5 that will have some strategies.
Why do you think he deferred, Clue?
He knew. He knew that I was sending in an assassin. What I'm saying is, you have a lot of people to choose from. Even Hannah Brown. Jesus Christ. You have so many people to choose from to put in your season of Traitors to come from Bachelor Nation. Why select him? There is like something has to happen in that casting process that's either like they don't know about the criminal stalking or
yes,
they don't care.
They don't care. They're like 2 other shows have already condoned it. His spinoff Netflix show Colton. And the one that's coming out where he's co-hosting with KB about virgins.
Oh, Virgin Island. You're right. So he somehow was like sidestepped.
People have said he's fine.
It's just
that's
like
what I don't get. I'm like, it feels like a very unforced error. Like there's so many choices.
And
think about Sean Lowe.
Oh God, he would be great. I also just think like the goal of these casting choices is to draw in the audiences from the various shows that you're casting from.
Exactly.
He is not a very well-liked figure in Bachelor Nation.
No.
I don't know why you would do this. It's just like, I don't know. It seems a bad choice, but whatever. I'm going to watch. I love fucking Traitors. I have no choice.
We have no choice, obviously, but I'm pissed.
I'm
pissed.
Me too. It just looks like a wasted slot. I don't want to see him. Give me fucking Tyler does
Bachelor
Cameron.
Nation. Bachelor Nation is like all women, basically.
Mm-hmm. I would even say give Wells Adams another chance above this.
Whoa.
That's how you know it's serious with me.
I thought Wells was an odd choice. Colton is another direction. What is going on? Why are they ruining what they have? Whatever. Next up in the cast is Rob Cesternino. The Rob Has a Podcast host competed on Survivor the Amazon, coming in 3rd place, and later joined Survivor All Stars.
Dorinda Medley is coming back. We know her from Real Housewives of New York City and obviously last season of Traitors.
Tiffany Mitchell, who competed on Big Brother 23 and co-hosted Big Brother Reindeer Games.
We've got Yamil Yam Yam Aracho, who won season 44 of Survivor.
We have Monet Exchange, who has competed multiple times on RuPaul's Drag Race, winning the 4th season of RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars, and I believe was a guest host on Bachelor at some point.
Was Monet Exchange on it?
I think so.
I thought it was Alaska Thunder.
Recognize that name?
God damn it! I forget. Maybe Monet Exchange was on. I don't remember her though.
Fine, I'll look it up.
Mark Ballas is also going to be on this. Pro on Dancing with the Stars from 2007, 2022, won 3 times. We've got Lisa Rinna, who starred on Days of Our Lives and Melrose Place, and is obviously Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
I mean, she's your Huda of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
She's fantastic. She's married to Harry Hamlin, who was a big actor in the 80s as well.
Huh? You think I don't know who Harry Hamlin is? I watched most of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. He's in it.
How many of his movies you see?
0.
I rest my case, Your Honor.
But I know him as the paramour of Lisa Rinna.
All right. Well, I know him as Perseus in Clash of the Titans.
And father of child models.
Yeah.
Portia Williams, who was part of Bravo's The Real Housewives of Atlanta from 2012 to 2021, then rejoined in 2024, who has been on various reality shows, including The Apprentice, Portia's Family Matters, and Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip.
We've got Candace Dillard-Bassett, named Miss United States in 2013, and Real Housewives of Potomac.
Oh my God. You're going to love her.
Yep.
Oh, God. Eric Nam, a singer-songwriter and TV personality.
Maura Higgins, we know her. Obviously, she's the host of After Sun and was on Love Island a million times over, Dancing on Ice, Cooking with the Stars, I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. Just a giant reality TV personality.
Johnny Weir, 2-time Olympics ice skater. He has been a long-time sports commentator with fellow figure skater Tara Lipinski.
And Tara Lipinski will be there, which is going to be interesting. She is the 1998 Olympic. What?
Split them up.
Okay.
You have to split up duos, I think.
Sure.
Ron Funches, actor and comedian who lent his voice to roles in BoJack Horseman, The Adventures of Puss in Boots, and Adventure Time.
Rob Roush, Love Island USA, 5 and 6. That's going to be a great one.
My Halloween costume from last year. Kristen Kish, chef who won season 10 of Top Chef in 2012. In season 21, she was named host of Top Chef Wisconsin. Wait, there are Top Chef state shows?
Yeah, there's 50 of them.
Oh my God.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't fucking know. There can't be, right?
Oh my God.
Stephen Coletti is going to be there. Coletti is best known for his roles on Laguna Beach, One Tree Hill, and creating and starring in Everyone is Doing Great.
Yes, Drag Race fans weren't happy about the lackluster content of Shea Coulee and Monet Exchange's Bachelorette group date.
Was that on Katie Thurston's season? 17 Bachelorette?
Thurston.
Okay. Nice. Okay, I remember that. I do remember that now.
Michael Rappaport, another interesting casting. Rappaport, actor, comedian, and host of the I Am Rappaport Stereo podcast, embroiled in several controversies stemming from far-right and racially insensitive comments made online. Who is casting this season?
I don't know, but this is like, it's kind of like the Ulisa thing. It's like, they got to be doing this on purpose. Like, nobody is casting Michael Rappaport and being like, oh yeah, he's just an actor. You know all the shit you know what comes with him if you put him in your show.
I don't get this. Like, I feel like Dark Lord Cumming would never allow for all of this.
He ain't making this call. And finally in this cast is Caroline Stanbury, who is known for her roles in Ladies of London and The Real Housewives of Dubai. No premiere date has been announced, but we're going to be covering every episode as it airs, obviously, this year. That wraps up all of our TIDs.
Now for our top 5 plays of the week. It was the Huda show on Love Island USA, and not surprisingly, it was therefore the Huda show on social media this week as well. Our 5th top play of the week goes to the father of Huda's kid, who posted this on his TikTok story, asking people to be kinder.
Holy
Reading.
Shit.
This is Noah. At the end of the day, I hope everyone remembers we're human. her going on that show to find love or whatever you think it was she's doing, remember, she's still human. She has a daughter and a life. A lot of you, it seems like all can do is scour for her videos or mine and post rude things and comment worse. For one, go walk outside or something that's got to be unhealthy. Not to mention y'all finding my page. She's maybe not doing a great job. IDK, I don't watch the show. But I don't like that I'm seeing so much negative shit on my page or even clips of it about her. It's not my job to police her or the people in my comments, but I will say what you guys do will affect her mental health and my daughter's maybe in the future. So I'm looking out for her in that aspect, out of respect for our daughter. It doesn't much bother me when people talk shit about me. I know they don't know me or how I am as a father, but I'm worried. I'm a co-parent, and while I don't want to get back with Huda, I like that that's in there, I do care about her as the mother of my child and would just ask for people to leave the negative shit aside.
Wow.
Hashtag do it for Arlie. I guess that's the daughter.
Yeah.
You don't have to do it for any other reason if she makes you that mad. It's crazy I have to involve myself in this, but I don't want my daughter's mom to get out and see this and her mental health goes down a hill. For the people who have been respectful and nice and defending her as a mother, thank you. She tries just as much as any other young parent in this world. Not sure what else to say, or if I'm talking to a wall of social media. I just ask people to be nice. It's a TV show. Y'all are watching people date. I don't think it's that serious to put someone down a hole of bullying, regardless of how ridiculous she might be or seem. Thanks for reading. Even though people won't ask, I don't care if you spread this. Okay. Just to clarify. A list of bullet points at the end.
It's not clear enough.
I don't watch the show. 2, I don't want to get back with her. I don't want to go on that show if they asked. Oh, okay. Won't be in cause somewhere. All the other questions, just don't be weird. Stop assuming things if you don't know me or her. It makes you seem dumb. About 90% are totally off on the negative stuff you comment about me. I can only imagine her page.
Wowee.
Dang.
Letting us have it. All right, moving on. Our fourth top 5 play of the week is the lovable dingbat and bachelorette Gabby Windy. The Traitors winner posted a TikTok breaking down her thoughts on the Huda Jeremiah relationship, calling them both toxic and a, quote, gym couple. 177.2K likes, 1.1 million view.
I saw she just posted another one right before we got on here. That was hilarious. It was like, stop making takes about Love Island, including talking to myself.
But even that like, it's kind of like what we were talking about earlier. She's one of the biggest stars, certainly in recent history in Bachelor Nation, but pretty much overall through the entire history of it. She's talking about Love Island.
You gotta be.
She's not posting like, can't wait to see Bachelor in Paradise.
Oh, well.
You know what I'm saying?
I doubt that would be happening anyway, but yes. Our third place play of the week goes to Bachelor runner-up Latia Gar. She made a simple Instagram reel giving Huda advice she wished she had taken: to not read the internet when she comes out of the villa and to instead hug her daughter. The caption reads, waiting for the Emmy nom for episode 12 of hashtag Love Island USA. 342K views, 5.2K likes. It's engagement
Latia
season.
Talking about it?
You got to be talking about it.
Coming in at 3.5. I guess we got a top 6 today. Taylor's rodeo friend T. Watley, who is running Taylor's accounts, speaks up about the rumors that Taylor has a girlfriend, saying that Taylor had barely asked for the woman's number and that IRL, he's a slow burn and feels weird about kissing on camera. The caption reads, quote, I don't like drama, so I'm just putting this here to clear stuff since he can't. Hashtag Love Island USA. Hashtag Taylor Love Island USA. 580.3K likes, 2.6 million view. God damn.
Right? He has like 200 something K followers on TikTok already. Our number 2 play of the week goes to K York City. The on the ground BIP reporter / influencer made a gorgeous offering via TikTok, reacting to the audio of Game of Roses' positive coverage of her BIP involvement. The caption reads, can we all manifest this? ? I love you so much at Game of Roses podcast, rose emoji. So thanks for all the kind words. I'm speechless. Sheepish emoji. At Bachelor Nation, at Bachelor in Paradise, hashtag Bachelor in Paradise, hashtag Bachelor Nation, hashtag The Bachelor. 131 likes, 1.2K views. It's not getting the engagement of the Huda conversations, but there's still time.
She's talking about the right stuff. Thanks
we
to
were
K-York
saying
City.
that she should be the Bachelorette in the clip.
Absolutely. Might as well. Thanks to K-York City. Loving everything she does, as always. And our number one play of the week comes to us from Hulu's reality series, The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. The star player, Taylor Frankie Paul. She posted an incredible TikTok this week, pitching herself for The Bachelorette. In the video, she lip syncs to a comedic audio clip saying, "Hi, my name is Lindsay, and I'm searching for love. I'm recently single, I think, and I'm looking for someone who I can spend the rest of my life with, or at least the rest of my probation with. A little bit about me. I'm an actress, singer, and entrepreneur, and I've single-handedly kept 90% of all gossip websites in business." The caption reads, quote, "I'm taking matters into my own hands. Here's my audition," tagging various Bachelor Nation accounts and related platforms. 194.3K likes, 1.3 million views. The video quickly garnered attention from the nation's heavy hitters. Haley Ferguson Palvey commented, "I'd absolutely love this." Heart eyes emoji, hand clapping emoji at Bachelorette ABC. While Dark Lord Natalie Joy Vial added, "Immediately at Bachelor Nation." Fellow Mormon Wives co-star Michaela Matthews chimed in, I'd 10,000% watch this." Side eyes emoji, Bachelorette at Bachelorette ABC. So would we. So would we. So would everybody. Hopefully there will be a Bachelorette next year.
I hope they cast.
Me too. And we also have a creature to discuss here this week. The parasocial creature of the week goes to a beautiful little feline, a young feline, a kitten, they call it. Jen Tran posted a TikTok video of her putting together an elaborate cat tree condo for this foster kitten. As someone who has done this exact activity, I commend Jen Tran for her expert craftsmanship in erecting this astounding monument to feline health and happiness. And congrats to Tran's foster kitten on receiving such an incredible gift and such an incredible award.
I feel like once you're crafting cat cities, it's over for you. That cat's yours.
Crafting cat cities. I'm doing architectural reimagining of my own home to screw shit into walls. I have stud finders where I'm like, well, it has to be a load bearing beam because Scobby is gaining some weight. So
safety first.
I mean, anybody who has a cat knows this. You begin to be living in the cat's place.
Yeah.
You're now an accessory in the home of the cat. And I don't mind it.
Oh, I went to one of my friend's apartments and I was like, oh, yeah, I see who's in charge here.
It's everything for the comfort and pleasure of that animal.
Pathways all over all the walls.
Yeah. Yeah. This is just what happens.
I wish Luca could have some dog ways. I'll have to think of something. Dogs
are not as agile as cats.
Yeah, they can't. He's a little heavier.
They don't really climb shit.
I don't really trust myself with crafting, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I do plan my whole life around him, so I understand.
Yeah. Dogs are more about that. It's like your sleep routines, your daily activity routines have to essentially revolve around that creature shitting and pissing. That's your whole life now. Cats aren't as much like that.
That's not around the shitting and pissing. It's going to the park. But that's some exercise. No, it's not.
Where does
shitting and pissing is such a small part of dog ownership. I want you to know this.
What? What do you do first thing when you wake up?
I cuddle with him in bed.
You don't take him out to shit and piss?
I'm not the morning person. I do the last shift.
Well, somebody does. It may not be you.
Shift.
Okay, fine. But I'm just saying you guys split the shifts, but there are shifts that literally are nothing about the shitting and the pissing, right? That's all they're about.
You walk down the driveway. Yeah.
To shit and piss.
But if you had a yard, for instance, you could just open the door.
Sure.
Barely even affects you. I just want you to know that and get a dog.
Look,
whatever.
I'm not big on pets, period. I love them when I have them.
Are you kidding me? You're more into your pet than anyone I know.
Yeah, I love Skabulian, but I didn't choose that. I didn't get him. I didn't say I want a cat.
That's just denial. That's denial.
It's not denial. That's how I choose to live my life. I'll accept an animal if the animal comes into my life, but I will not bring the animal into my life.
Okay, I'll get you an animal.
No, this is not an invitation to purchase a pet for me.
I understand what you're asking.
No,
what
I'm
you're
not.
laying down, I'm picking it up.
No, I'm not. I disappear.
Okay, stink.
If a dog shows up at my home, I literally get in my car and drive away, never to be heard or seen from again.
I'm going to get you a little puppy, stink.
No, I don't need one. Thank you, though. Let's move on now to the final portion of our program in which PaceCase and I descend deep into the bottom of the pit to issue forth our screams about how our fandom of reality television has drastically altered the fundamental fabric of who we are as entities. This is...
Screams from the Pit!
I've already previewed my scream on our watch-alongs, but 5 episodes a night and a recap podcast and Twibbin. Not enough for me. Not enough Love Island for me. I started watching Love Island UK, the current season, and I caught up. This is what I did all day yesterday, pretty much.
Jesus.
No more new episodes of UK left for me. I even went and I was like, wait, I didn't watch UK last season, right? And then I started looking at all the thumbnails and I was like, God damn it, I did watch it.
Oh, shit.
So now I'm like, what am I going to do?
So wait a minute, you're current now on UK?
Yeah.
So you're watching 2 Love Islands simultaneously?
Technically, yeah.
One for pure pleasure, one for pleasure and work.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I mean, I'm literally like, how do I watch Love Island France? Is
there such a thing?
Yes, they brought a Love Island France player onto Love Island Australia this last season. He was great.
There's so much.
I don't know how to watch it though. I haven't seen it on Hulu.
You might be able to trick your... You might be able to do some GPS shit and trick your location into getting you access to it. What does it air on? Do you know?
I don't know.
Is it on like Hulu,
I haven't
France?
looked into it that much. Like,
yeah,
I literally just discovered that I'm caught up. So, but it was definitely a scream-worthy moment. I was like trying to play next, and it starts playing an old episode. You know, that horrible sinking feeling.
Yes.
Ugh.
I do. It's bullshit. Well, my scream also has to do with Love Island this week.
Great.
I had a friend hit me up to go to a screening of this movie that another friend of ours worked on or whatever.
Oh,
and
God.
I took like the wave of pleasure that washed over me when I got to say, I can't. I have to watch Love Island. It was like, not only was I happy that I was going to get to watch Love Island and didn't have to go to the screening instead, but it was like something unfolded in my mind at that moment that was like, oh, for the next month and a half, I have a legit excuse to go to nothing. I am just staying home, watching my favorite show and fuck everybody. And I felt fine about that. Great about that, in fact.
It's a tough schedule for sure.
It is, but like, I like it. There's a comfort in it. It almost like, you know what it kind of harkened back to me? I know everybody has different feelings about the pandemic. I have post-pandemic now. And maybe we all are like this. I've definitely had this kind of conversation with other people. I have a little bit of nostalgia for it. There was like something nice about it psychologically that was kind of like, I can slow down. The world is like, fuck slowing everybody. I have no obligations. I'm not going to anybody's house. I don't have to do anything. Yeah. And there was a little bit of that in this to me as well. That's like, no, I'm not going to that screening. In fact, I have the next month and a half where I get to retreat from the world basically and live in the fucking villa with all my favorite parasocial buddies.
Yeah, where you're slowing down, making only 7 podcasts a week.
Yeah, exactly. I don't view that as like, whatever. I'm just like sitting at this desk all day, either writing or making media or whatever anyway. I just really, that feeling of like, I have this good excuse to not engage with anyone for a month and a half. And I love it. I absolutely love it.
They make this movie, their life's work. They're like, I'm so excited for all my friends to see it.
No, it wasn't that. This was not. It wasn't that. It was somebody who worked on the movie in like an executive capacity.
Oh.
Never mind. Whatever.
Didn't
gave a few fucking notes. Yeah. Probably gave bad notes, turned the script. Yeah, exactly. Anyways, we are not the only ones out here screaming from the top of our lungs. If you listen to our program, you know that you yourself can send in screams from the pit and we play some of the best ones here. If you want to do that, you just go to patreon.com/Game of Roses, get on our Discord. In that Discord, there is a channel called Submit Your Screams. In that channel, you upload a 1 minute or shorter audio or video clip, and we play them here and analyze the severity of the scream. Are you ready, PaceCase, for this week's scream from the pit?
Let's go.
Here we go.
Hi, Pit. I have a quadruple scream. Long-time listener, first-time caller from Slider Country, Nashville, Tennessee. Let's go. Scream 1. At my daughter's preschool, they advertise their school book fair with an image of a book called The Sour Grape. So this means for about 2 weeks, I'm constantly reminded of Clues' Great One every day dropping off my child at school. Scream 2. When Hannah Beast announced she had purchased her latest home in Nashville, my friends and I did a reverse search and realized she lives within walking distance of my house. We haven't crossed paths, but I'm holding out hope that will change soon.
Holy shit.
She could reasonably give my aforementioned child Halloween candy this year. Scream 3. I was traveling to Atlanta for work, typically a 4-hour drive, but I decided to make my company pay for a flight as the drive is tedious. While I was waiting to board, I hear the woman at the counter call for a Jason Tartik. I was seemingly the only person in the airport whose ears perked. I looked up and there he was, Gore Girl Jason Tartik on my flight. Unfortunately, I chickened out on having any human interaction with him and just internally screamed. Scream 4. I work for a Fortune 500 company. For some unknown reason, I was asked to put together a presentation on AI for my team. My initial reaction was that I have to play Chad K music at some point in this presentation.
Hell yeah.
I decided first impression was going to be my walk-up music. I executed it perfectly, and not only did my team hear this beautiful song, but I spent the first 5 minutes talking about my Bachelor and reality TV fandom, Game of Roses, and Clues' fascination with AI and the like. Praise be Dark Lords Palmer, Cumming, Jeff, Lachey's, and Maddox.
Wowee. What a scream.
A quad scream. This is music to my ears. Let's take these in backward order. 1, thank you for playing my hit song, First Impression. This is another scream, by the way. This past weekend, we were... me and Laura were going to this nerd warehouse that I like to go on my birthdays to buy my nerd things. And she said, you should do a concert of your AI songs, your Bachelor and Love Island songs at this place out here. Do you know God damn it, what is the name of that theater? It holds like 20 people. It's in Silver
UCB,
Lake. What?
The Lyric?
The Lyric,
Hyperion?
yes. Lyric Hyperion. She was like, you should do a concert there. And I was like, could I?
You should.
And so I put on that song, First Impression, and just tried to sing it to see if I even knew the lyrics. And I did.
And you didn't?
I did.
Oh.
Normal 100% pal. Anyways, thank you for playing my songs at your Fortune 500 company presentation. Happy to be
so
entertaining
funny.
Fortune 500 company employees. I believe that is a pretty deep scream. If you're playing the AI music made by the podcast hosts of the Bachelor podcast you listen to at your professional job.
Yeah.
That's deep.
I put it on the wedding playlist.
What's that?
I put it on the wedding playlist. Someone requested it.
Who requested it?
Laura.
That doesn't count. She was doing that to fuck with me. The Tardik sighting is also a high level scream. We've talked about this. Once you get into the pit and you're infused with the dark energies, you then present the dark energies to the world. They drag things in for you.
Yeah.
Tardik is that. You manifested that using the pit's dark energy.
Telepathy tapes all over it. Like, you wouldn't have seen him if not for this podcast.
I agree. And I think that the Hannah Brown thing, your second scream, Hannah Brown has moved into your neighborhood essentially, is a similar kind of thing. The dark energies of the pit made it so that when she decided she was going to Slider Country, there's only one place she's going to go. That is next to or in the proximity of some pit dweller who has a strong amount of dark pit energy. She got drawn to you. You will see her. You will very likely bump into her at a Starbucks. She'll buy you a coffee. You'll buy her a turkey sandwich, and you'll be best friends for life.
She has a dog. You take that dog on a walk at a different time every single day. You're going to find her dog routine.
Yeah, eventually. Enough
for
Google
what
searching,
Clues
you'll find out.
For her piss and shit routines.
You roll your eyes. Dogs don't have these routines.
I was worried about this before getting a dog. I was like, oh, that seems gross. It's such a non-issue.
Really?
So easy.
The feeling of the heavy, hot turd in your hand when you have to pick it up?
Well, you use a bag.
I understand. But can you feel the weight and the heat through the bag?
No. the weight and the heat, twist it up. You don't even smell it.
I don't do that.
Get a pooper scooper. Clue, it's just so not an issue, and it's so not a reason for you to not get a dog.
It's an issue for me.
The Hannah Brown and Jason Tardik thing, though, is like you are bringing these people into your
100%.
Into
You're
your
crafting
like a
reality.
siren, you know, bringing Odysseus and the boats in towards them, whatever you call that.
And the sour grape. I'm curious to read that book.
Yeah.
I would say that's probably the lowest level of these screams. I think you did order them properly in terms of ranked importance. There are many phrases that you will see that may have a double meaning to you because you're in the pit, but sour grapes that's a phrase that existed long before we used it here to describe Nick Vile's general attitude about all things. But when these kind of common phrases start to take on a new meaning for you because you're in the pit, that's when you really know, like, okay, I'm being affected. I'm changing who I am.
Get your kid to do the sour grapes for their book report presentation. Wear the sour grapes t-shirt. You're going to get an A.
And talk only about Nick Vial.
Anything involving children, usually that's an escalated scream as well.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you for submitting. Once again, anyone else out there, if you got a scream or a quad scream or a penta scream or a sexta scream or a septa scream or an octa scream or a nona scream or a deca scream or anything, you just go to patreon.com/Game of Roses. Join us in the bottom of the pit. Get on that Discord. Fire it off in a 1 minute or shorter audio or video clip. That wraps up Twibbin. We did it. PaceCase.
Couple little post notes. First of all,
Please.
Happy birthday, Clue.
Thank you.
Wish you the best on this journey around the sun.
Thanks.
And also happy 40th birthday to the one true GOAT, Caitlin Bristow.
I just saw she released a new song today.
She released a song?
Yeah.
Her wine is 40% off. In
What
honor
is?
of this was another runner-up for the Parasocial Plays. Her Spain and Sparrows is 40% off for her 40th birthday.
Wow.
Get
that's
in
cool.
there.
Get you some Spade and Sparrows. Thank you for joining us, everyone. We will be back. I mean, we're on our Patreon. We're on every night, basically,
gone.
in Casa Gore. So, yeah, join us there if you want to watch Love Island with us.
Tonight, but it will have already recorded for you.
Yeah.
We're already back.
And our next podcast episode, which will be available everywhere, will be out on next Wednesday. It will be a weekly recap of the past week of Love Island, the top 10 most important things that happen over the course of this week.
God, what's that going to look like at that point?
I have no idea.
We're going to get Casa more next week, I think.
Oh my God. Well, there's still the big things that still have to happen are Casa Amor and movie night.
Yeah.
Those two things I think are going to, I don't know. I can't even predict what's going to happen because I don't know. Is Huda still going to be there? We're going to find that out tonight. Again, we're recording this Thursday. Thursday night's episode of Love Island is going to be, I'm like dreading and anticipating and I'm
so scared.
I've got every emotion right now happening that a human being can experience.
Praise be Dark Lords Palmer and Maddox.
Please rate this podcast. Please review this podcast. Please get a friend to listen to us. And then please rate this podcast. Please review this podcast.